Sports. I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Mississippi State ready to kick off to get this game started. He'll bring it out. It's Butler. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So Tennessee's offense will have the first possession of the game. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well together.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Wants to go up top on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play.
Oh, he's got some space. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. The Vols are flying down the field. Wants to throw again. Got his man quickly.
This is a very tough slot receiver to cover if you're a linebacker because of how quick and how shifty he is. You never seem to know which way he's going, and he always seems to create an open space for his QB.
Fires to the big fella. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. You know what they need. You know what they want, and you know what they deliver on third down. More cowbell. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. That is no good. After the miss, no change in the score. So Mississippi State's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point.
There he goes. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. I wonder how much fun this is for him. The head coach trying to take down the old alma mater across the way.
Yeah, I think these are always mixed emotions, and how you feel about this, playing your old squad, like it's something about it, I'm sure, that's nostalgic, and all the memories probably come flooding back. But there's also a competitive element, Palmer, that you want to beat this squad. Like this is the next team in your way for you accomplishing your goals and dreams.
Yeah, he's probably experiencing the emotional spectrum coming into this game, but make no mistake about it. He has to separate himself from his past allegiances and understand he's the home team. He wants this crowd to get in this football game. You know he just gave a rousing speech to his guys in the locker room before taking the field. He wants to win this game versus his alma mater.
And the Bulldogs pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Power football with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted to stop the threat. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. The offense starts this drive in the shadow of its own end zone. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the Vols now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. And off from the shotgun. Follows a good block there. Picks up threes out to the 9. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got an open man. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. The Volunteers come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the first down. That last completion sets him up on second down. And the quick shuffle pass underneath. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. And the Volunteers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Looking to throw on first down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. He's got him.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The Vols can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Quarterback on the keeper. It's a seam wide open. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Vols!
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution of the scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Oh, a lot of space. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it first and 10 inside the 40. Gets it past the marker. There he goes. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. Off play action on first down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And the Vols trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to go up top. He's got his man. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this third down in Starkville. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Second down, they'll go to the air. Working that left side now. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. The Volunteers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Got his man downfield. Open space at the 25. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Well, the quarterback does a great job with his decision-making. Found the matchup he wanted, one-on-one. His tight end's able to stretch the field. He makes the catch, and he does the rest of the work himself, running it into the end zone.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Oklahoma is currently ahead early in this one, but they just haven't been able to pull that schooner away offensively. They're up by 4 over Michigan. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. To the air, it's Avant. Quickly out to the tight end. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. New set of downs after the completion. Wide open downfield. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. Lost a throw on first down. Under fire. The throw. Right on the money. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
It'll be 3rd and long. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback may change this route. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. It's caught. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Keeps it on the draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
Well, the offense trying to catch him off guard a little bit, running that draw play, but the defense wasn't fooled. Everybody stayed in their lane, and they're able to get the tackle for loss.
The play-action fake. Forced out of the pocket. Trying to make magic with his feet. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
He's stopped right at the 29-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Mississippi State looking for the 4th down conversion. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets drilled as he releases it, and the ball just trickles to the ground. So here is the Tennessee offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Got him downfield. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Out of the gun, the inside give. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They'll immediately call timeout. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Wiggles free. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
And if nothing else, a notable first half so far in Starkville. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Davis-Wade Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Volunteers will kick it away to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They keep it on the ground to open the third. Kearney on the Jets. He's loose. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run to guys, and get them on the ground, for goodness sakes. This guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Reads it, fires complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Who says in the RPO pass game you can't throw anything vertically downfield, right? It doesn't all have to be screens and throws at the line of scrimmage. There's a good example of a quarterback pushing the ball vertically downfield after the play fake to the running back.
Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass. It just never developed.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get him going now.
He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. This is not a straight-on kick, a 42-yarder from the right hash. That is no good. The missed field goal leaves us with a double-digit game still sitting at 10. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Pulled and fired complete. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. So now it's 2nd and long. They'll go to the ground. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He Good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking to fire. The throw to the outside is complete. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
There are a few things that just make me happy in life. A great steak, a scrumptious dessert, and a tight end who makes a catch on 3rd down.
If the steak's medium rare, I'm right there with you, Reese. And I'm also there with you on these tight ends on 3rd down, too. Too big for DBs to cover, too fast for linebackers to cover. That guy's a weapon.
The Vols will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Gets open down the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Flicks it out of the air. Wide open spaces. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. And the Vols back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Got it in the middle. It's Collins. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be what.
And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Volunteers. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know.
Looking for a deep man. He's got it down the left side. And he's brought down after a huge completion. Mississippi State going up tempo.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season. And, man, you know he's looking for more.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field. Because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven, if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. To the air on 2nd down. Got his man on the right. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. The Volunteers send out the punt unit. The punters have had the day off up to this point, first one of the game. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jeff. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
The Bulldogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
And that is the exact opposite what this defense wants. When you have the lead, you can't give up an explosive play or back-to-back explosive plays. Play the coverage where you've got multiple eyes on the quarterback, dropping back, not giving up the big play.
Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Hines is back in the middle, and this one will be stopped for no gain. A little less room to work with now. The ball's at the 28, and it's 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Avant. Deep shot for the end zone. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. And the Volunteers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Tight end now in motion. Off play action. Grabbed behind the line. It's Clinton. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The Vols are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. Got it in the middle. It's Collins. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Takes it on the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Going right to work up top. Oh, they're after him. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking to throw, it's Avant. Oh, does he turn that loose down the middle? And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. All wideouts, no backs. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Now, what a great second effort by the receiver there. Catches the football. He knows he's got to get some yards to get that 1st down. Nice job understanding that, getting to the sticks and getting the 1st down.
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it
makes the grab down the left side. Touchdown, Bulldog. They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Looking to throw on first down. Finds the tight end. It's a running room. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. And the Vols with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run play action. Makes the catch. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. They send the tight end in motion. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Fires left. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. The Volunteers will bring the punt team onto the field. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Back to pass, it's Avant. Throws for the tight end. Got his man to the left. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Wants to go up top on first down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Brings it in down the left side. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. To the air on first down. He's moving out of the pocket. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
Well, they're not able to hook up on that throw, but they need to score now. At this juncture of the game, this late in the game, they need a touchdown, they need an onside kick recovered, and they need to score again if they're going to win. The sense of urgency is just off the charts.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Throwing on the run. Brings it down on the right side. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you can get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. From the gun. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
Got nothing last time. Now second and goal from the 3. Here comes the heat. Looking for the goal line. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, we've got a chance at a finish.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Defense defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Volunteers will try to run out the clock in the final minute. They'll leave it with the lone back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on third down. More cowbell. Catch in the middle, it's Clinton. The stop is made right at the 36-yard line. The defense coming up big on third down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Absolutely perfect. The last thing you want to do here is give up a big return, pin them back, and then the defense can just stop them from scoring a touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Quarterback making adjustments. To throw, it's Avant. Pocket breaking down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the defense is smelling blood in the water at this juncture. They know the offense is going to throw it, and that's why you see these D linemen and linebackers, man, they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback, and to hit that time, help force the incompletion.
A strike downfield. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Looking to throw on first down. He wants a big play here late. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath, because in the fourth quarter, you've got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you. And that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like, forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
Yeah, and it's hard. This is the hardest time because you got to have plays and you got to have scripts, because you know they're sitting back with all the DBs on the field in a dime package playing pass. How can we get first downs? How can we complete passes and get out of bounds to try to save some of this clock as we move the ball down the field?
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's going up top here late in the game. Almost intercepted, and that might have been the ball game if he had held on. Instead, it's 4th down.
And with that incompletion, man, it's go time. Like, this offense, there's no more holding back. They've got to have this play. Trailing, they need a big play. Which one on that play call sheet is your go-to play in this moment when I gotta have it?
A 6-point game, getting very deep in the 4th quarter, and the offense desperately needing to convert this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's taking a deep shot. Falls incomplete. They fought to the final whistle, but that's going to do it. Sometimes it's just not your day. Things just didn't work, and that seemed to be the case here.
Yeah, they didn't get the W. They didn't do enough. But now you start to think about, what could I have done differently? What do I need to become more offensively? Defensively, what can I morph into to make those extra plays, Jesse? That might be the difference in the next game that I play.
Yeah, David, they just need a little bit more. They need a little bit